And welcome back. Now, the Bank of Ghana has partnered an international firm, JSIC and Devrent, to pilot a general-purpose central bank digital currency in Ghana, West Africa. The firm is providing the technology and developing the solution adapted to Ghana's requirements, which will be tested in a trial phase with banks, payment service providers, merchants, consumers, and other relevant stakeholders. But what more do we know about the ECedi? Well, the country manager of Azar Finance, Nana Owusu Banahine, joins us in studio for more clarity on this. Nana, we're grateful that you could join us. From where you sit as a country manager, help us understand your appreciation of where we are currently regarding the ECedi, fundamentals.
Okay, thank you very much. I think where we are currently is the Bank of Ghana has come back to us to communicate in terms of their intention to bring ECedi into the country, and then they want to start a pilot process. Some stakeholder engagements has been done, which has clearly given the scope of what the ECedi will be entailed. So for me, I think that's the stage that we are yet. We are not done the general operationalization. I think the key thing that one of the reasons that I'm here is to try and share more light from the side of how it will benefit the ordinary Ghanaian.
Indeed, because there's so much, misinformation regarding ECedi transactions, cross-border trade. Where does ECedi sit actually when it comes to cross-border trading platforms, not just in Ghana but the sub-region?
So ECedi is a digital, central bank digital currency. So it's a digital version of our printed currency. ECedi is something that is gaining momentum. There are certain countries who had the ideas in the 90s to bring on digital currencies, but I think it's getting more momentum because of new developments in what we call the currency spaces. There are cryptocurrencies and other things coming up. So ECedi is a strong response from the central banks, and its relevance is that it creates an enable environment to liberalize the payments ecosystem, to make it more resilient, and then open it for easier transaction settlement, a more reliable platform, and also a currency that is backed by the central bank. Its relations to cross-border payments is very relevant. Right. Trying to make payments outside your country, not just Ghana, globally is a difficult thing because there are several intermediaries between some of these transactions. With a digital currency, which will be in a wallet in every country, means that you can always move funds immediately. Now, when you talk about cross-border payments, certain countries have already taken the steps. Exactly. Looking at G20, even South Africa is partnering with some of the Southern Asian countries.
Nigeria has even started.
Yeah, so Nigeria started with e-Naira, but in terms of cross-border, they are trying, so everybody will have its own CBDC. So we have our ECedi, Nigeria's e-Naira, which are on different platforms. The key goal that most of these countries are taking is from an interoperability perspective.
Exactly.
So for instance, if Ghana decides to create a common platform with Nigeria, where we can easily exchange our e-Naira with the ECedi, then it liberalizes this ecosystem of transfers in Nigeria and also transfers from Nigeria into Ghana. It is one of the impediments of trade within the ecosystem because we have the AfCFTA and everything in place. And this is what everybody is looking at, to try and create a certain level of interoperable platform for independent CBDCs to come together and be able to do cross-border transactions.
But of course, there could be some competitors to this field. We're having cryptocurrency in this particular. Help us draw the line regarding ECedi, cryptocurrencies, and fiat currencies and its implications on cross-border trade.
So fiat currency, the digital version is the ECedi. So technically, they are the same, right? You can use both of them for exchange. The cryptocurrency is private, let me use that word, in the sense that the central banks don't have control over it. As you know, central banks control the monetary policies of the country. Central banks don't have control over it. In recent times, you heard about the Squid Games, right? And there was a cryptocurrency created for the Squid Games. And then when people just send their money to buy
the huge turnover,
they cash out, and then now people can't retrieve their funds again. So you can't trust it. So the difference between a cryptocurrency and the ECedi or a central bank digital currency, that you can trust the central bank digital. They are not going anywhere. They are in there, and then the information is centralized. Your data is more protected. So yes, cryptocurrencies have its relevance, but I think for key business transactions that will be executed within the country on a legal basis, the ECedi actually creates a more liberalizing environment for
Let's now end with Azar Finance, your company, of course, because we do know that you also center yourself around most of these, turnovers. Help us understand where you situate on this.
Yes, so let me give you who we are. So Azar Finance is a global fintech company. What we've done is that we are creating a global back office, which one will create the necessary compliance and risk framework, the necessary technology infrastructure, and also operational efficacy to drive payment, FX, and liquidity for financial institutions and multinationals across the world. Currently, we operate in 115 countries. We have deep knowledge in terms of currency operations, even blockchain technology and everything across the world. So we are keen to work with regulators and key partners to make this thing very successful.
And we're grateful that you could join us, country manager of Azar Finance, helping us understand the nuances of the ECedi. That's how we end this edition of The Marketplace. I'm Charles Aite. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. Many thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of our programs.